Hi y'all, this is Dane at JONAH Guitars. This is going to be a pretty short, I hope, sweet little video. Probably only stop the camera once and splice. So I've used a MICARTA, I don't know, it's a black nut. It's a material. I've used it a couple times with different guitars. It's really hard actually. It's hard like... well, harder. It seems like it's harder than bone to file. So anyway, a couple things that I just recently have been through. I sanded it out and buffed the body, and I'll show that to you. But real quickly, I've been using these. Yes, the whole screen is just blue now. Been using these Super Assilex papers, and I bought a kit that went from 600 up to 1500. So 6/8, 1000, 12 to 15, and it comes with a block, and it comes with a little foamy sanding pad that you can stick your stuff onto. So I used one sheet of each. I went through the whole thing of the body, and then I actually used it. So maybe I won't bother setting up again. I actually used it to do the final fret after I did the crowning, level on the crowning. I went through the grits, all of these grits that it was taped off, and basically I wrapped it around. I wrapped a piece of the paper around a flip-flop here that I found somewhere cheap, and just cut it into little pieces for pads and whatnot. But anyway, it was a flip-flop at one point. Yeah, and you can just. I just do that. When it didn't have, I used a press to put the frets in, so they were very even. So I didn't have a lot of crown to restore, but I went ahead and crown filed that with a great little tool, the Z file, the original Z file. And anyway, I just run up and down the fretboard with these and the various grits. Then when I got to the last grit, which is the 1500, I went ahead and went across the frets that way. So that's the first thing I did. Well, the first thing I did with the paper was the body, which I've got. See if we can get a halfway decent picture of this upside down and all that. I still need to hit this. I just ordered a buffer. I kind of hit this plateau where you get a really great shine, but you can still see little swirl marks here and there. And so I ordered a buffer with the foam pads. I'm gonna start using that and see if that improves my look here. It's really good, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's bad. It's just not as good as I think it could be. So I'm going to come back up here to the nut. And so now what I'm going to do is I already had done this. I ran, and that's actually the marks you see on this paper now. I didn't have any marks on the paper from just doing the frets. I've been sanding on this nut here previously, but I just lowered all the strings down to where they need to be. And so I'm just going to go through now, and here I'm at 600, and well, I might have you zoomed in a little too close, but just going to actually, the camera is like right on top of this thing, so it's not like I can even, I might zoom out a little bit, not critical. Anyway, this is going to be brief. Pretty much, by the time I get to the 1500, I'm not even going to have to polish this nut. It's going to look really good. It looked really good before I started filing it again. So I'll get all that worked out. We'll go through all the different grits, 600, 800, and so on, 1000, 1200, and 1500. And it will be slick. And so I'm not going to sit here and file all this or sand all this while you're watching. Okay, dokie. It says I have 1% battery, so I don't know if I can get an angle on this where you can see how shiny that nut is and how nice it looks. But anyway, that was just the 600 through the 1500 in the Super Assilex paper. So if you're just using it for body finishing, try it out on your frets and your nuts, and it works really well for that. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys and gals. Take care.